ladies and gentlemen, this is a Christian Bible. It's referred to as the Good Book. Now this is the Bible according to Mark Twain. It is not referred to as the Good Book. I wrote this one because I was troubled by this one. You see, this Bible to me is like a drugstore. Contents don't change, but the medical practice changes. Shall I explain for you? For centuries, this good book was taken with these contents, and church leaders taught their parishioners, their flocks, to go out into their villages and gather up somebody who was a little bit different. It didn't have to be much. They could part their hair on the wrong side of the head. But bring them into the town square, and we would burn them at the stake as witches. The church taught this for 900 years, 9 centuries, using the contents of this good book to burn witches at the stake. And guess what they discovered? There were no witches. Never had been. And later on, church leaders took up this good book with the same contents. And they went out in the villages and rounded up all the little boys and little girls, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old children. And they marched them under the Christian banner. You know the one, onward, Christian soldier. And they marched them to their death, to their slaughter. And they called them crusades, using this good book. Same contents. And they didn't stop there. Later on, they took this good book, and they began to preach every Sunday that it was a holy thing to buy and sell a Negro soul. And then later on, they reached into this good book and began to preach that the use of anesthetic at childbirth was a sin because it avoided the curse that was given to Eve in the garden. Remember that? Amazing. Now, here's one thing that I find troubling about that. These church leaders, evidently, they were all Christian church leaders, by the way, New Testament, failed to realize that their leader, Jesus Christ, I believe the man's name was, had been put on that cross of crucifixion and died to remove that Old Testament curse. It goes to show you how dangerous it is to let a Christian near a book written for a Jew.